Hello students. Today the next part of the electromagnetic waves chapter for the 12th standard. So in the last lecture I have discussed about up to example 8.4. Today we are going to see example 8.5. So what is that? You see, calculate the electric and magnetic fields produced by the radiation coming from the 100-watt bulb at a distance of 3 meters. So we have to, there is a bulb and that bulb is radiating there is a bulb and that bulb is radiating in all the directions. Okay, so we have to calculate the electric and magnetic field produced by that radiation at a distance of 3 meters. So from the bulb, consider a sphere having radius 3 meter. So bulb will radiate in 3 dimensions in all the directions, and the radiation will pass through the sphere of this 3 meter radius. Okay, so it is a point source. Bulb is a point source of light, and the area of the surface through which this radiation passes of radius 3 meter sphere, that will be 4 pi r square. So this sphere will be having area 4 pi r square. Okay, so through this surface the radiation will be spreading in all the directions. Okay, let me take this highlighter. Now assume that efficiency of the bulb is 2.5% and it is a point source. The bulb is having efficiency of 2.5% and this is a point source of light. So first of all, what do we mean by 100 watt? 100 watt means 100 joule per second. 100 watt means unit of power is watt. So that can be written as 100 joule per second. So that much energy per second is coming. And what is the definition of the intensity of the radiation? Intensity of the radiation is energy per unit time per unit area. Energy divided by area divided by time. Now this energy per second factor, that is given. 100 joule per second it is given. So we have to divide by the area only and we will get the intensity by the definition. Okay, this is the definition of the intensity, energy per unit area per unit time. So we will have 100 divided by pi r square. This is the intensity, full intensity. But it is saying that the efficiency of the bulb is 2.5%. That means output is only 2.5% of the total. So output upon input is 2.5. So output is 2.5%. So we have to take that output. Output intensity is, intensity total is this much. So total intensity is 2.5%, means 2.5 divided by 100 into this 100 upon pi r square. So 100 upon pi into r square. So you see the pi r square factor has been calculated here. 4 pi into 3 square, that means 113 meter square. So value of A is 113 and here we will write 113, and what we will get? We will get intensity as 0.022 watt per meter square. This is the intensity. Now in this question, it is being asked, calculate the electric and magnetic fields. So electric and magnetic fields both constitute the electromagnetic energy wave. Okay, so half of the intensity will be provided by the electric field and rest half is provided by the magnetic field. Okay, so that for the total energy E, total energy A is there, then that is energy due to electric field and plus energy due to magnetic field. Okay, and electric and magnetic field both constitute 50-50%. That constitutes total electromagnetic energy. So they have used this formula. From where this formula comes, epsilon 0 ERMS square into C. Let us see that again. Intensity of the radiation is defined as the energy passing through a unit cross-sectional area in 1 second. Okay, so suppose there is a unit cross-sectional area and through which the radiation is passing through normally. So this is a cuboid. Now suppose electromagnetic radiation, velocity of the electromagnetic radiation c. So in 1 second it will cover the distance c. In 1 second it will cover the distance c. Okay, what is the volume of this particular volume? What is the volume? Volume is equal to area of the base into height. So that will be area into c. That is 1 into c, that means c. Volume is c. So the energy contained in that will be the intensity. Okay, if rho is the energy density, we define rho as the energy density. Rho is the energy density. Energy density is what? Energy per unit volume. Then intensity will be given by energy density into velocity of light c. Energy density into c. C means this volume. Energy density is defined as energy per unit volume, right? Energy per unit volume, and multiplied by the volume. Volume is what? Volume is c. So intensity is what? Intensity is energy density into the volume, or the energy per unit volume into volume. Okay, so what this term is? Energy per unit volume, and this is volume we have just discussed. So I is equal to rho into c. So this becomes, now rho, we know rho in terms of two variables. Let us write it here. What is the energy density? Energy density rho, b square upon 2 mu 0 in magnetic terms, and energy density rho is defined as epsilon 0 ERMS square. Okay, sorry, this b square upon mu 0 and epsilon 0 ERMS square in electrical term. This is BRMS. So these are the two ways to express the energy density. So we will use here electric one, this one we will be using. So we will having I is equal to epsilon 0 ERMS square into C. So intensity will be having this formula. So one formula is derived here. Okay. So half of I constitute this. Okay. So half of 0.022, what we have calculated, the intensity we have calculated 0.022 watt per meter square, and half of this intensity means half of 0.022 is half of epsilon 0 ERMS square into C. Okay, formula for intensity we have substituted here. So half of this 0.011, okay, how much it is? 0.011 is equal to epsilon 0 ERMS square into C, and epsilon 0 value is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, and C value is this. So ERMS square we can calculate, and from that we can calculate ERMS. ERMS is equal to I means 0.011, okay, divided by epsilon 0 8.85 into 10 power 12 divided by C3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay, so in this expression ERMS we will be getting. Okay, so what is ERMS? ERMS is 2.9 volt per meter. 2.9 volt per meter. Now we have calculated the ERMS value, and we have to calculate the peak electric voltage. The peak electric field is 0. Then root 2 से multiply कर देंगे, root 2 ERMS हो जाएगा, root 2 into 2.9 volt per meter means 4.07 volt per meter answer आ जाएगा. Right? Now if you know the electric field, and it is also asking the magnetic field, the question, so what is the magnetic field? What is the relation between electric and magnetic field? BRMS is equal to ERMS upon C. ERMS we have already calculated 2.9. So BRMS is equal to 2.9 divided by 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So that is 9.6 into 10 to the power minus 9 Tesla. That is BRMS. Okay. So again, if we want to calculate the peak magnetic field B0, so B0 is root 2 times the BRMS. Okay. So that comes out to be 1.4 into 10 power minus 8 Tesla. So let us discuss about the electromagnetic spectrum. Now electromagnetic spectrum is spread in whole of the universe, even in the dark. Dark means the blackish experience in which we cannot see anything. So we cannot see that, the dark matter, dark energy, but the electromagnetic wave still pervades there. Okay. So we know that the electromagnetic wave include visible light waves, X-rays, gamma rays, radio waves, microwaves, ultraviolet and infrared waves. All these are electromagnetic waves. Different types of electromagnetic waves are there, and these are shown in this electromagnetic spectrum here. Moreover, there is no sharp division between any one kind of wave to the next one. See, the gamma rays has been defined as the frequency up to 10 to the power 19 approximately, or see. So different types of electromagnetic waves are shown in this electromagnetic spectrum. Okay. So this is our visible light, you see, visible light. Okay. So 10 to the power 14 to 10 to the power 15 frequency has been shown here. Accordingly, we can calculate the wavelength in this side. Okay, this side you see. For VIBGYOR, the visible light consists of VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. All the colors are there. So the wavelength range Okay, a little bit disturbance was there. Again, let us continue. So amplitude modulated band is from 530 kilohertz to 1710 kilohertz. Amplitude modulation band. On earlier radios, you have seen that AM, SW, and FM, these words were used. FM, frequency modulation. Nowadays, also radio waves, FM transmission is being listened by us. Radio Mirchi 101.3 FM. Okay, so megahertz to 108 megahertz FM band. Okay, in earlier radios, AM and SW were written. So AM is amplitude modulated band, and that is ranging from 530 to 1710 kilohertz. And frequencies above that up to 554 megahertz were used for the shortwave band. Okay, medium wave, short wave, such type of radio waves are there. Amplitude modulation consists of two types: medium waves and short waves. Okay, so shortwave band is going up to 54 megahertz, and smaller wavelengths are from smaller frequencies are 530 kilohertz to 1710 kilohertz. Now cellular phones using radio waves to transmit voice communication in the ultra high UHF band. UHF means ultra high frequency band. After that, another type of waves, electromagnetic waves, is microwaves. What are the microwaves? The range of the microwaves is gigahertz. Okay, they are used in the radar systems and aircraft navigation systems. Suppose lawn tennis is being played, so serving of this lawn tennis to see the ball clearly, to see the serve clearly. So uh, for fast moving balls, we use this microwaves to detect that. Okay, in cricket also. The microwave ovens, that is a interesting domestic application. In this microwave, what is happening? How the microwave oven works? Actually, the frequency of microwaves is selected to match the resonant frequency of the water molecule. Okay, frequency of microwave, that means in gigahertz, it is selected such that it matches the resonant frequency of the water molecule. Okay, in this way, the energy from the waves is transferred efficiently to the kinetic energy of the molecules of the water. Now, each and every food consists of water. Okay, as the kinetic energy passes to water molecules, these are vibrating faster and becomes hot. Okay, and in turn, whole of the food becomes hot. It raises the temperature of any food which contains water. So that is how the microwave oven works. Next type of EM wave is infrared waves. What are the infrared waves? Infrared waves basically are heat waves. Infrared waves are heat waves. These are produced by the hot bodies and the molecules. So low frequency or long wavelength consists of low frequency or long wavelength end of the visible spectrum. Now infrared lamps are used in the physical therapy, you almost know. Okay, all of you know that the infrared lamps are used for the physical therapy. Okay? Infrared radiation is also playing an important role in maintaining the earth's warmth or average temperature of the earth through the greenhouse effect. What is that greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect is incoming visible light. Suppose this is earth and this is greenhouse gases, CO2, etc. And the energy from the sun is coming to the surface of earth. Earth will be absorbing that energy and will become hot. Different types of surface on earth are there. Water may be there, stone boulders are there, okay, clay is there, any type of surface that will absorb the energy from the sun, and it will try to re-radiate this energy. Okay, earth will be absorbing energy as well as radiating. While radiating the energy, it faces the CO2 layer, or we can say greenhouse gases, in the upper atmosphere. Now this acts as a reflector, means it doesn't allow all of the energy to go outside. It doesn't allow all of the energy to go outside. Most of the energy is coming back through the reflection from this layer. Most of the energy is coming back to the earth through the reflection from this layer. Okay, they absorb the energy and re-radiate towards the earth, and very less amount of energy goes. That means whole of the energy on the surface of earth is trapped into the atmosphere, into this layer. Whole of the energy is trapped in this layer around the earth, and this creates the warmth on the earth. Now there is a question, suppose greenhouse gases are not there and this greenhouse effect is not there, then what would happen? If the greenhouse gas is not there, the sun will heat the earth too much. The temperature will become very high, and in the night time when sun goes on the other side of the earth, at that place, whole of the radiation goes into the space, and the earth will become so much cool that nobody survives. So the temperature variations will be so much high that nobody survives. So this is the greenhouse gases, because of which we are having warmth inside the earth and we are living. Okay, so this is greenhouse effect. Now next is the visible rays. Now this is most familiar form because you see through these waves. It is a part of the spectrum that is detected by the human eye. Now its frequency 4 into 10 to the 14 hertz to 7 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. Or wavelength is 700 to 400 nanometer. How you can calculate this? And you can calculate, if you know wavelength 700 to 400, you can calculate frequency, or if you know the frequency, you can calculate the wavelength with the formula C is equal to F lambda. Okay, in this formula C, 3 into 10 to the power 8, if you keep that frequency 4 into 10 to the power 14 into lambda, then you calculate lambda, it comes out to be in this range. Okay, and another frequency, you take this one and again apply this formula, you will calculate lambda 2. This is lambda 1, and you will calculate lambda 2, and the lambda 2 to lambda 1 range is this. Now this is the lower frequency, so higher one value will be coming 700 for this. 700 will be lambda. Okay, now different animals are sensitive to different range of the wavelengths. Bats and cats, you know, they can see even through the dark. That means their sense of vision is different, so they sense different range of the wavelengths. Okay, snakes also, the visible range for these insects extend well into the ultraviolet region. What is ultraviolet rays? Let us see about the ultraviolet rays. Now it covers wavelength ranging from 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter, that means 400 nanometer, down to 6 into 10 to the power minus 10, that means 0.6 nanometer. The range extends from 400 nanometer to 400 nanometer to 0.6 nanometer. Now these are produced by the special types of lamps and very hot bodies. Somewhere ultraviolet rays are used. Now ultraviolet rays are very harmful for the human body. It even can create the cancer. Now sun is an important source of the ultraviolet light, but most of the light is absorbed by the ozone layer in the atmosphere at about 40 to 50 kilometers above the surface of the earth. The ozone layer, ozone means O3, nascent oxygen. Ozone layer lies above 40 to 50 kilometers above the surface of earth in the atmosphere, and when the ultraviolet rays are coming, ozone layer absorbs these ultraviolet rays. Ozone layer is protecting us from the ultraviolet rays from the sun. Okay. Ultraviolet radiation is absorbed by the ordinary glass, so you can use the ordinary glass to protect from the ultraviolet rays, to get protected from the ultraviolet rays. Now, a welding process is, welders wear special goggles, glass goggles. Now, the eyes are protected because of the harmful effect of the ultraviolet rays produced by the welding arcs. In the welding arcs, ultraviolet rays are produced. One more application of ultraviolet radiation is they are converted into narrow beams of high precision, and LASIK surgery, laser assisted in situ keratometallus eye surgery. This is a LASIK eye surgery in which these ultraviolet rays, focused ultraviolet rays, are used. Ultraviolet lamps are also used in the water purifiers. Okay. Now, ozone layer in the atmosphere plays a very protective role, and therefore depletion of the depletion of this layer by the CFCs. CFC what? CFC is chlorofluorocarbons. Now, such as freon gas. Now, this freon gas is emitted by the refrigerator or AC we are using. The more we use the refrigerators and AC, more CFC will be into the atmosphere, and it will go up, and that will make hole in the ozone layer, and therefore our umbrella will be torn, and we will get ultraviolet rays directly from the sun that will harm our skin and even cause the cancer. Next in the line is X-rays. What is X-rays? The wavelength of X-rays is about 10 to the power minus 8 meter to 10 to the power minus 13 meter, means 10 nanometer to 10 power minus 4 meter range is there for the X-rays. Now, these are used in the medicinal purpose, treatment of certain form of cancer. Certain form of cancer are treated by X-rays. X-rays destroy the living tissues and organisms, so care must be taken to avoid unnecessary overexposure to the X-rays. Okay, within a flash, X-ray is done. If you have experience of any X-ray of any part of the body, then it is done very quickly. Exposure to your body is not given for a large time because it is harmful. Okay. Next in the line is gamma rays. Gamma rays, the wavelength of the gamma rays is from 10 to the power minus 10 meter to 10 to the power minus 14 meter. This is a high frequency radiation. You see the frequency is very high because wavelength is very less, and C, from the formula C is equal to F lambda. Wavelength is less, the frequency is high. This is a constant. C is constant. 3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay. So to make it constant, if the lambda is less, the frequency will be more. So this is a high frequency wavelength, high frequency radiation. Now this is produced in the nuclear reactions, and these are also emitted by the radioactive nuclei. Alpha, beta and gamma rays are emitted from the radioactive nuclei. Radioactive nuclei like 92 uranium-235. This is a radioactive nuclei. Okay, used in the nuclear fission and making the atomic bomb, and also its useful purposes are nuclear power plants. Now these gamma rays are used in the medicine to destroy the cancer cells. Okay. Now you see there is a table 8.1. You can see yourself different types of electromagnetic waves and their detection, how they are detected. Now this finishes this chapter. At the end of chapter, summary is there. Okay. So this finishes the chapter. Thank you very much for attending my lecture.